Hey everybody. So this video will address some of the common questions that I've come across that people have with regards to buying, selling, when to buy, what to buy, um, and how to test silver. All of those lovely questions that sometimes we don't always have the answer to when we're starting out. So the first one we'll look at is people have questions surrounding the storage of their bullion. So there are different options. You could always get a nice big safe, but I've heard various arguments against it, as obviously all of your bullion and coins and whatever you're collecting will be in one place. And if it is easily noticeable, a thief, if he wanted to, would eventually be able to get into it. Some bullion dealers offer vaulted storage at a fee, which I'll speak about later, which is an option, and that's if you obviously have large amounts to store. What I prefer personally is hiding parts of it in various locations. You must obviously make sure that the coins are, if they have any value, that they're still stored correctly, and that someone you know, or loved ones, know where it is. As you know, if you've decided to bury it in the backyard, someone needs to know where it is. Otherwise, your bullion is going to be one of the hoards that someone finds in 200 years. So yeah, that's my advice on storage. There's programs that a lot of bullion dealers offer that provide 3 months of vaulted storage. I'll take advantage of these things, which means that you can make purchases, today, and any purchases for the next 3 months can be consolidated and shipped together. So it's a nice initiative that some of the dealers, I think it happened a lot, it came about during COVID, and it just helps reduce the shipping costs that you incur on each order. They definitely add up, and if you have 3 months to consolidate your orders, it's definitely helpful just to have that one shipping cost. Another program that the bullion dealers offer is an unallocated program. So what this means is that if you buy 1 ounce or 1 kilo of silver or even gold at that spot price at that specific time, you basically lock it in, right? So you can say you buy 1 ounce of silver today for $30 an ounce for 1 ounce at that day's spot price. Then in 2 weeks, the spot price increases to $40. Then you decide to buy a 1 ounce coin that costs $45. The dealer basically buys your unallocated silver back from you at $40, and you pay the difference, also known as the premium, of $5. So in theory, you can say, what you've actually paid is $35 for a coin that at that time would have actually cost you $45. So yeah, that's a great way. It's also a great way to build up on the gold side, as you can actually buy a gram at a time, a gram of gold at a time, and say when you have enough, you've now bought 32 grams of gold, you can actually allocate that to a 1 ounce gold coin, and basically you'll just pay the difference in that premium. So it's nice if you obviously don't have that upfront cash to be able to buy a 1 ounce gold coin. You can basically save it in the unallocated program. The next thing I'll discuss is the gold to silver ratio. So I'll put up a chart as well. So basically, how many, gold to silver ratio is how many ounces of silver it would take to buy 1 ounce of gold, with no premium. So it's basically the spot price of silver to the spot price of gold. So most people look at the chart, and when it's above 80, so when it takes more than 80 ounces of silver to get the 1 ounce of gold, people recommend that you buy silver. So, it's an indicator. When it's between 60 and 80, people just tend to kind of stack both of them. And when it's below 60, they start to stack gold. So, it's an interesting chart to look at and to see when the metals are, it's basically, to see when the metals are undervalued at that time. So, it's helpful in that regard, definitely when stacking. Another question that comes up is the coin real? That I've bought maybe off Facebook or Marketplace or someone out of the boot of their car, and you just, you got a great deal, and now you don't know if it's real. So what a bullion dealer or a coin shop, they'll always start off by asking you to weigh it. So I've invested in a nice set of, a cheap little set of scales. And bring it in, and scales like these, probably $10 or so, and you can just easily weigh the coin. If it comes in at that's 33.3, that's within any tolerance you'd have of an ounce of silver. So that's your first point of call. If it's definitely out by a lot, you may want to carry on looking at other methods of testing it. But that's definitely where you'd start. So buy yourself a little pair of scales. They're not expensive, maybe $10, $20 at most. You could always check the dimensions of the coin, as if the dimensions and the weight check out. You should be pretty confident that the coin is okay. There's also apps that you can check out. If the resonance of the coin matches a real coin that's been verified on an app, that's also another nice way to test it. There's a few out there. I use an app called Pinkcoin. So there's a bunch that have already been set up on there, and you can pick. So I'll do a little demo of the Pinkcoin app. Basically, you just download it, open it. You can select from a bunch of preloaded coins here. It says you can also submit a coin if you'd like. So I've got a kangaroo here, so you can go look on our list. Australian kangaroo. It opens that screen, and now it's basically just trying to detect the resonance. So you want to, for the test, you want to hold it between your two fingers like that, not too tight but not too loose, and just give it a little flick. This is close. There we go. It says that's an authentic Australian kangaroo detected. So that's something you could use to try and authenticate coins. As I said, there's a bunch more apps out there that you could probably use for this, to do this. So you can just find one that suits you best. I think that's it for this video. I hope some of you can take something away from it, and maybe it's answered something that you've had a question for a long time on. I think we'll see if we need to make any more videos on silver and gold, and I'll get you on the next one. Thanks everybody for watching.